Hi, I'm Dmitry.
And I'm Marcin.
We're at KotlinConf and we're going to write some Markdown parser to HTML.
So let's start, and we are going to do that in a TDE style.
Yeah, cool. So what's the first test we want to write?
So
Maybe
I will start with some functions, so probably we need to parse Markdown to HTML and just run this empty function.
empty function.
I think so.
Okay. So should I type empty function?
Okay.
Okay, let's start with that. And so we're gonna have some input, I suppose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Input, and that's gonna be some text.
I think we can start with an empty one.
Oh, just empty input.
Okay, like empty input is even like next step. I thought we would just call the function.
Okay,
So
you show what you
like
mean.
the way how I want to use it is to have an HTML at the end. I need to learn this keyboard. So parse Markdown to HTML, and here I will have some HTML. We can assume it's a string.
Cool.
So it's a failing test. So you can run it, and
it's not going to compile. But...
yeah, so we need to write some function, and I can just copy paste that.
You could alt enter this, but yeah.
Oh yeah, or that.
Let me do another thing. This, yeah.
So how do we name the parameter? HTML.
Markdown. This says parse Markdown. Okay. So that's Markdown, I suppose.
Text.
Yeah. Oh, it's hanging.
Oops.
Yeah. Okay. Done. And returns a string.
Yeah, returns a string. Nice to do it explicitly. So I think we have our first passing test.
All right. So we're gonna do some pinpoint style.
Yeah, we can speed it up and do it for empty text. So empty Markdown produces empty HTML.
Yeah, because like right now it's kind of okay, but it has no assertion, right? So we should say maybe assert that HTML equal to empty. Which is like we already have that.
So I think we can say it's like empty Markdown produces empty.
Down is converter. Empty Markdown.
It produces empty HTML. Why do you start from lowercase empty?
You like this? Yeah. Yeah, let's do it this way. Like easy.
I think it's just a.
Yeah, I don't mind. There are different styles.
Okay.
I'm not too opinionated. So what's next? Maybe some text, which is not Markdown.
Yeah.
Plain text produces.
Perfect.
Text produces some HTML.
I mean the same as HTML, because the point is that.
Yeah. Cool. So what should I say? Lorem ipsum.
You can start with lorem ipsum.
Ipsum. It's important to spell it correctly. And that's gonna equal lorem ipsum. That thing. And this is gonna fail, and you can fix it.
Yeah. So few things is that clearly the easiest solution is to just copy paste that.
Move this down maybe.
Okay. Though I think I would first of all extract that.
You mean into variable?
Into a variable. Non-markdown texts. And well, so we might. Do you think it makes sense to check it for other kinds of texts, or one is enough? I would probably make a list of texts and in a loop check them all.
Yeah, if that's the way you did. Yeah, let's try that.
So I would just make it a texts.
Yeah.
And lorem ipsum is our simplest one, but
it's just I like what you do. Yeah, and then we just refactor in first, make sure it works, and then we add in more text. If you run it now, it should pass, right?
Yeah, it should pass.
Just to make sure.
Are there some weird edge cases we might include in here? Something like, I don't know, incorrect Markdown, or...
I think I cannot think of anything, to be honest. Like empty is kind of plain text.
Empty is covered, but we can add it because
Yeah.
it costs us nothing. And I don't know, like some incorrect things like 1 star is. We can add it later.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay,
see what you mean.
we'll add it when we'll be adding like the bolding, and then we'll add other cases for these concrete features. Okay.
Yeah, cool. So now it's a bit like weird. We're testing empty twice, but I guess that's that's the thing. Yeah. So maybe we should try some actual Markdown.
We can do something here just for the sake of.
Okay. Fine.
So a header first
Yeah,
one.
I guess that's
So
our aspiration.
this is actually something I was thinking about. Okay, so header text is produced correctly. No, or
yeah. Also, maybe it should say header in Markdown or something.
Produces. So H1 in HTML.
Yeah, so that's right.
Single indentation header? No.
I think it's okay.
Header.
Then we'll have another one for each
Nested
too.
header and something like that. So I can actually think this one is closer. Oops. Okay. I still need to learn this keyboard.
So you don't use Macs normally?
I do, but I generally use them. I don't not use outer keyboard, and I
Right.
use
Oh yeah, it's just keys of different size.
Yeah. And also, okay. So header, and it might take some other text, or maybe header 1. It should be H1.
Yeah. Slash. Yeah.
Okay.
Should we run that just to see what happens? You live in the hard thing. Yeah, so it did fail.
So here is something I would like to ask you, because.
Do you mind if I move it down there?
Okay.
Like that?
So here at this point, I think we should introduce some intermediate notation. So some data model representing like empty text, and some data, some object representing an H1 text, or a header 1 text, however you call it. And so we might treat it as internals and not test it, but we might also separately test if, for instance, the parsing is good, and if then producing an HTML from a parse is good. So it would be a lot of tests for this very simple video, but it would be more solid for a long term if it would be a real project.
It doesn't seem like a minimal step, but I don't mind, yeah. So you're saying instead of this test, we write some other test, which we like park this for now.
Yes, so
we should do something else.
So I think that there should be kind of like 2 functions. So one that is that is
converted to something.
Yeah.
What should I call that?
I don't know, header 1. Or maybe we might have one class for a header, which will have a
header object.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we say parse Markdown.
Yeah.
And it's a different function.
Yeah.
And we expect it to be, let's say, marked Markdown, do it on separate lines, and it will be equal to some header object, right? Wait. This. And let's call it header. Oops. That's what we meant, pretty much.
Yeah, and probably this header should also indicate its level, or we might refactor it later.
We can say like level 1 or something. Text.
Yeah, something
like that.
This is the idea.
So should I type all of that now in one go?
Let's do that.
Okay, doing it. So it will be level.
You could also generate it automatically.
You think so?
I think so.
No. Sorry,
oh,
I'll just type it
Can
now.
I?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I will see if my shortcut works.
Yeah, Alt-Enter, I know. I had doubts it can do it.
Create class.
No, yeah,
here.
Oh yeah,
And
you're right.
they
You
need a
win.
val.
You win. You can make it data, and then
Yeah,
it will complain.
last time you
Can I do
corrected
it
me.
this thing?
Oh yeah,
So like
sure.
if you do, I think if you do data, then you can do like F2.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, not so cool. Then yeah, go on.
Okay, and the same with that.
Yeah, we can totally do that.
So the
enter.
The point is, okay, I will just copy paste it. So the point is that I think it should return something.
Yeah, but let's make this work and then extract some common interface. I would just
Okay.
like, let's make this test pass.
Okay,
And when we introduce another element, hopefully, then we'll do the right thing.
Okay, so it can be private, and it's
it should be Markdown text or text. That's fine. Markdown. Yeah.
I like to include more details in the names. Okay, so so it actually needs to produce two kind of objects. If you want the previous one, so it needs to. Oops, sorry. It needs to be text.
Well, I was thinking about doing minimal theme, to be honest.
Well, can we?
I'm pretty sure we can. Can I try? Well, just like the simplest thing would be just to make the test pass all we want.
Oh, the first test. Okay. Well, so this one we can make this one work fine.
We can do like that's the thing. It compiles now, right? And if we run this now, the second test we wrote should fail. Oh, it doesn't. But okay, ignore that. I think this should fail now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So and then we can make it pass by just returning header. And it will have level 1.
Well, you need to get rid of this.
Yeah.
So we can drop.
We can do.
If you want to do it really minimally.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's gonna work.
Nice.
I hope it's gonna work.
Looks good.
Well, okay, that's a minimal thing. Now we're like, I don't mind doing what you wanted to.
Okay.
Super class. Let's do it.
Actually, your idea is very good. So right now we can add this test that standard text.
Just normal text. Yeah. Well, I would just say plain text, standard text. We used this term.
Thank you. For me, English is not my native. To
text object. Yeah, that's what we want pretty much. Text. It's just text. Maybe call it value then. Maybe this should be value, the val because otherwise we'll have an object text and we're like text.text gives us text. It's a bit.
I think it's good because the point of that is that to have some type safety. We could make some sealed class and how do we name it? Like
token. That's what we were parsing token then.
Okay.
So we have.
And so this is a token.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we are turning token here. We are expecting.
Wait, something. We have parents.
Okay, one sec. Do I have it here?
Just token parents. Yeah. I will. Yeah.
Text.
Why it's not happy? Let me.
Okay, we should make explicit type, or
I think it just doesn't understand that this S token basically. Oops. Token. I think this will make it happy. It's just some. Type inference is not super.
Or in here we can make it token. It will be.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. That's a better way.
Oops.
Well, what happened?
The same in here probably.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Pretty annoying.
Oh no, actually it doesn't. It's not happy.
Does it have more types? It has more types. Okay.
Yeah, let's just do it this way, which will totally work. This token. Basically, that's the idea. I think this is like okay, like it can be refactored for sure.
Yeah. So
there's also one
Kotlin test assert equals.
So now it failed. Right? Because we don't do plain text there. So this is unnecessary.
So what a big when? So when it starts with
when
or
if, just if you want when.
Can be if, yeah.
The Markdown text starts with this, then we do header. I'll format it in a second. Else, basically Markdown text, and that's going to return this. And convert to when. Oh, it's a bit long, but right. Okay, we know what it is. Hopefully it works. Yeah, it does. Cool. I think there's definitely a problem that we will not be able to mix them. Right, and right now, so we cannot mix those.
Well, so
we should write
you use a
mix that it's my turn to write a test.
Okay.
So I'll just write a plain text and Markdown and headers Markdown converted to several objects. And that's like to text and header objects. That's going to be tough for you.
Oh, okay.
So now we're gonna.
So you write test and I write implementation.
Yeah, it's proper pinpoint. So convert to raw. Yeah. And then I'll make it hard for you. Sorry.
Okay.
So to start with, let's maybe
perfect.
Trim margin. I think that's gonna. I'll convert this to that just to see that margin works. It should still pass everything. Yeah. Then I would think that text and header. So like it will. And we expect two things to come out. Now that's the question. We want
a list of elements.
We want a list. Yeah, okay. This will change all our signatures then. Eventually.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense to have a list of elements.
Yeah. Well, the other option would be a token which combines other tokens. It might be harder.
Yeah.
That's header basically going to be like this. Header, right? So that's what we expect.
A list of make token.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not sure if we need token.
Oh yeah, it will be fine.
So do you want to then?
Okay, so let's write it. So we need a list of tokens.
I think we need to change signature first. Right? Yeah.
The list of tokens.
Oh wait, let's fix maybe compilation straight away. It's like should be list of.
Oh well.
Yeah, you're right.
So I will start with.
Yeah, you're right.
Here, so I will wrap it in a list.
You missed equal to, I think. Oh.
Okay, you're right. Equal to should be outside.
Yeah, that's cool. Maybe it can infer.
No,
I think it will work without. I think that was correct. What you did was correct. Yeah.
Okay.
This stuff. I don't think you need token, but yeah, let's try in a second.
If you have more than
one, you need one more parent.
Okay. I want to get rid of
it was ugly. I agree.
Okay, so my idea is that we should
just
split it.
Yeah. So it's your turn.
We can first split it by this new line.
Yeah.
New line sign. I can make it also explicit delimiter.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah. Oh wait.
It wants delimiters. No, ISO. Wait a second.
I think you could just. It's not a character. You need single quotes. I think that's why. No, single quotes.
It should be.
Yeah, that's gonna work.
It just worked. So.
Oh, what? It was fine. Let me do it. Yeah. Use named argument. Oh. I think it was fine. But you had this. Cannot go back. think. Oh, it's vararg. That's why. I think it's okay. Let's do it like that.
Yeah. So
We tried.
we
We did our best.
So right now we can do exactly this one for each of them.
We like map it into
Yeah.
that. Yeah. That's the minimal thing. Yeah, I think that's it. You can should be able to run. Use like Shift F10. Yeah, long keyboard.
Okay, like tell me, because I have everything set up differently on my computer.
Oh no.
Oh, plain text. Plain text and headers. Okay, so what do we have here? Can we see the difference? We cannot see the difference.
Yeah, we can.
Okay,
Expected this. Like we know what we expected.
Text. Okay, what do we get? Header. Header.
Oh, I see. I know what's wrong, because when we split, we're still using Markdown text inside. Right? We should do it.
Oh yes, yes.
So yeah, that's fine. That should work now.
I actually think that naming it for a long term could be good. So
yeah,
it's everywhere. Looks like.
Call it line.
Line, yeah.
Yeah. Oops. And then I guess like at this point we have everything working. Maybe we should go back to this original test now and kind of make this pass, because otherwise it's kind of unfinished. So now we're finally going back to the one which was.
Well, so one thing is that now we can actually separately test parsing objects into HTML.
Yeah. Oh, actually, maybe I should comment this out again.
Yeah.
And convert this thing to use this function. Like
well, we are still missing the second part. So from the tokens, we need to produce HTML.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I mean, what I mean is that if we look at this, we already have these two tests. And we could plug in our token thing into here, potentially. You know what I mean? It's just
we have a list of tokens. How do you...
What I mean, we could do parse markdown text, and then we get tokens back, and then we join them to string, and then here we can have exhaustive when on it. Let's call it token later, and then we can. Yeah, it's basically when it is header, we do something.
Well, yeah. So
when it's text, we do something else. We do it text.
So the content of that is what I would see as a separate function. So token to HTML.
Do you mind if I write it here? It's like this is going to be to do, because
we don't need it.
Yeah, we don't have it yet. Right. So I think what I did should pass still, and then you can do something else with it.
I know what we can check out.
So you see, this still works. You can refactor it.
Can I?
Please? Yeah, please.
Before I refactor. One thing we could include in here is
yeah, that's
it's the same
text.
Yeah,
makes perfect.
So it should also work, and I'm not sure if it does right now.
I think it should, because I joined it with a new line.
Yeah, new line. Okay, so it should, yeah.
There will be other tricks, like what if we have different separator and so on, maybe. There is, yeah.
So in general, I would extract it as a function.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I'm not sure if it will let me do it an extension function. Is there
let's do some function and then convert to extension.
Okay, it's actually will. I don't need it anyway.
So we should call it to text, to HTML.
HTML.
Yeah, I think it's good. Just press, I would just use enter and then convert to...
Maybe.
Yeah, I just think, like you suggested, we can convert it now. It's like if you click on token and convert it to receiver, then it becomes an extension function.
Char sequence, string. Okay, so I do refactor. Actually, it looks good. We could probably add some tests for this guy if we want.
like a separate test because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we want.
Well, maybe let's not do it. I was just thinking about finishing what we started.
Okay, so we want to do this guy right now.
Yeah. So if we uncomment this now,
so who is writing that?
You can do it if you want.
Okay.
If you feel like it, because I think like we will. There was to do, but it was never even failing. So maybe uncommenting this test will force us to implement the to do over there. So it fails now with not implemented, which is the to do, and it's just because exactly we do.
Yeah.
This.
So probably all we need in here is a text template. H1. Oh, we'll need to talk about other kinds of age.
Yeah.
We can do it later.
Yeah, well, it's like we can leave it as unfinished
token dot text.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's
very minimal. We need more tests. We need definitely tests for different kinds of headers now.
Well, yeah, to be fair, if like you actually write in, that's one thing to receive it.
You know what?
That's what I would like to have, right? Nice. And then something like that. In reality, if you write in parser for Markdown, you would define a grammar. You would not like do it manually.
Yeah. Also, our problem is that right now all the tokens must be in a separate lines, and when we introduce bold, I think bold.
Yeah, it will become more interesting, but we won't have time to do that realistically. All I wanted is to add this maybe, and then we can implement this as level here. And so it's up to and maybe that's like a good place to stop if we do.
Is it so?
I think level.
Maybe level is enough.
And the opening tag. Remove code and paste. Yeah. I think that's not bad. Actually, it was more. Well, you need to write. So just to make sure it's actually working. Who knows? Oh no.
Let's see. How do we stand with time? Do we have time for more features?
No. Oh, it's me.
Okay.
Oh, no, is it?
Oh, H2. Header 2.
What happened?
We have H1, so we do not create this level. So
yes, it's just that everything's wrong, right? What we need is basically this, and the test is wrong as well, right? So tree margin. Yeah. So that's the thing we need to do. It's actually header 2.
I'm thinking right now about because how many levels should we support? So
yeah, well, if we do it properly, it will be like completely different solution. I think
we could
just start with this. I think that this works now, and it like gives a minimal idea of how to do Markdown.
Do you want to do it to any number of levels?
No, just thinking maybe we could just stop here, and it will be
okay.
At least like give some idea.
I don't really feel satisfied with this. I think it's very very short and then simple. But okay, we can start at this point. We implemented something, but I think it's very fun. So we might continue that later and finish that one day.
Yeah, I definitely had fun because it's just I thought it's going to be like simpler, and it was a bit more tricky than I expected.
Yeah, we added a lot of tests. So yeah, tests always take some time. Of course, they save time later, but for a short video, they take some time.
Yeah, cool. Also, just in case, since we're here, Marcin wrote this book, so yeah, I'll post a link.
Okay, so thank you.
Thank you.
And see you around.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.
Thank you.